Have you ever noticed something slightly uncomfortable? People with decent jobs, stable incomes, and normal lives still feel financially tense all the time. Not broke, not poor, just permanently cautious. Today, I want to talk about why a normal middle-class life in the US and Europe quietly costs more than most people expect, and why that tension isn't a personal failure. Imagine a fairly typical scenario. You're in your late 20s or early 30s. You have a respectable job. Maybe you earn around $65,000 a year in the US or 50,000 euros in Europe. After taxes, that becomes roughly $4,000 a month. On paper, that sounds fine. Then reality starts subtracting. Rent or mortgage comes first. A modest apartment in a decent area costs $1,400 to $1,800. Not luxury, just normal. Now you're down to $2,200. You need transportation, car payment or lease, $350, insurance, $120, fuel and maintenance, $180. That's about $650 gone. Now you're at $1,550. Utilities, phone, internet, basic subscriptions, nothing excessive, easily $250. Groceries and basic eating out, $500. Now you're left with $800. From that, many people have student loan payments, credit card balances from moving, emergencies, or just life, healthcare costs, clothing, social events, birthdays, weddings, travel expectations. That $800 quietly disappears. And suddenly, despite doing everything right, there's no real margin, no strong savings growth, no sense of control. This is the cost of living a normal middle-class life. Here's the hidden mistake, and it's subtle. Most people optimize their life around monthly affordability, not long-term flexibility. As long as the payments fit into the month, the decision feels safe. A car you can afford monthly, a rent that fits your salary band, a lifestyle that matches your peers. The system encourages this thinking. Banks approve you based on payment size. Employers normalize lifestyle inflation. Social pressure quietly defines what normal looks like. But monthly affordability hides cumulative cost. Let's do simple math. A $350 car payment over 6 years isn't $350. It's over $25,000, excluding insurance and maintenance. A small lifestyle upgrade, nicer apartment, better car, frequent convenience spending, can easily add $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year. Over 10 years, $120,000 after tax. That money doesn't feel expensive because it's spread thinly over time, but mathematically, it's enormous. The psychological reason people accept this is very human. We anchor our identity to normalcy. We don't want to feel behind. We don't want to feel cheap. We don't want to look irresponsible. So we copy the visible lives of others without seeing their debt, stress, or lack of savings. Also, short-term comfort feels more real than long-term security. A payment today feels manageable. A future risk feels abstract. The brain chooses certainty now over freedom later. If this pattern continues unchecked, the long-term impact is quiet but serious. Savings grow slowly or not at all. Career choices become constrained. Risk tolerance disappears. People stay in jobs they don't like, not because they're weak, but because their fixed costs are high. The issue isn't spending too much on fun, it's committing too much to fixed obligations. Financially intelligent people don't live dramatically different lives. They think differently. They don't ask, can I afford this monthly? They ask, what does this cost me in flexibility? They keep fixed costs lower than their peers, not out of fear, but out of awareness. They buy time, optionality, and calm. They understand that wealth isn't about looking successful. It's about how little pressure your life applies to your income. This isn't about guilt. It's about clarity. A A normal middle-class life isn't cheap anymore, and recognizing that is the first step towards making calmer, more deliberate choices. If this perspective helped you think a little more clearly about money, consider liking the video or subscribing for more calm, realistic conversations like this.